This is the last video that Biggy Labish made before he was shot dead close to his gate near his house in Lagos around the 22nd of October 2025. And now his family, especially his sister for the most part, Cookies Peters on Facebook, is pointing fingers at the very girl in that video, alluding that she may have had a hand in the killing of Biggy Labish. So, around the 22nd and 23rd of October 2025, a young man by the name of Chinedu Peter Chukwuegu, popularly known as Biggy Labish, was gunned down by unknown gunmen just in front of his house as he was driving in with two young ladies that he had gone out with earlier that night. This killing happened in October. He was buried in November. However, right now in December, the family of Biggy Labish, the sister most especially, is calling out the young lady who is supposed to be the brother's girlfriend at the time by the name of Jennifer for being suspicious and also not answering the calls of the police, indicating that Jennifer may have had a hand in her brother's death. But here is the thing, Jennifer is fighting back. Jennifer is speaking up and she's telling her side of the story. And I must tell you, this is a lot. So according to Jennifer, she and Biggy Labish were only dating for about 3 months. The sister of Jennifer confirmed that. Jennifer claimed she met Biggy Labish somewhere in the middle of the year 2025, and then they started chatting online. They chatted for over a month before Biggy invited her from Delta State to come to his house in Lagos State. And that was how she packed her stuff and traveled from Delta State to Lagos State to Biggy Labish's house, where she stayed for an unknown number of time, but we know she left there after he was killed. This is a contradiction here. She claims she was with Biggy in Biggy's house for 2 weeks. Biggy Labish's sister, Cookies Peters on Facebook, claims in the video that Jennifer was there for 3 months. So it's unclear who is saying the truth. But here is the thing. Sister may have gotten whatever she got about Biggy and Jennifer from a third party, because still with her own mouth, she did not know about Jennifer until she learned about her brother's death. She said that she had no idea that her brother was living with a woman. According to Jennifer, while staying with Biggy Labish, they officially started dating, and she observed some things and learned some things about him, like what he did for a living, which was he sold AirPods and some mobile gadgets, and sometimes he used to go and market it at a specific lounge at a bar area around the neighborhood, and that on few occasions she had gone with him to market it. She also reveals that Biggy Labish had a twin brother. They were not identical, but they were in contact and they were cool. She also revealed that while she was with Biggy, Biggy's families, brothers, sisters, and relatives used to always ask him for money. That they were always asking him for money, and he used to give them money if he had, which was almost all the time. She also mentioned that Chinedu, that is Biggy Labish, complained to her that a family member is owing him money, that a particular family member is owing him a huge amount of money, and that they've borrowed money from him and they are failing to return it. Somewhere in her story, she mentioned that a particular relative, could have been the older brother or the twin brother, is unclear, called to ask Biggy for 1 million naira, and Biggy said he did not have. These were things she noticed while she was with her boyfriend in the house. It seemed normal, it seemed like a regular family dynamic, so she didn't think too much of it. Now, things started taking a left turn a day before the incident, where a specific young lady by the name of Ruth came to Biggy's house to stay. Now, this is so random. I don't know if we have a picture of Ruth, I don't think we do, but according to what we are hearing, this Ruth lady was supposed to see Biggy's twin brother. But the brother, tells the girl that he's not around, basically trying to dismiss the girl, trying to avoid her, because that is what the brother said to Biggy. Eventually, the Ruth girl calls Biggy Labish and requests to come stay with Biggy instead because the brother was not around. And Biggy calls his brother and is like, "What's up? Ruth is here. She wanted to see you. Why is she coming to my place?" And the brother tells Biggy that, let her be there. I'm avoiding her. And so this conversation, the dynamic is a bit odd with the Ruth girl and the twin brother. It's unclear. Although we know that Ruth is friends to both Biggy and the twin brother. So that is why she has access to be with either of them. So it's nothing out of the ordinary. It wasn't like a girlfriend to Biggy's twin brother that came to stay with Biggy. So we are understanding that the Ruth girl is a friend to both brothers. So follow me. Now, the next day after Ruth comes to the house, that was the day Biggy is killed. So let's say Ruth comes on a Monday, and on a Tuesday night, Biggy is murdered. So remember, Biggy used to go to a particular lounge to advertise his AirPods to young people who come there. So that next day after Ruth had come to the house, Biggy and the girlfriend, Jennifer, decides to go to the lounge. It's what they do normally. Like, basically, Jennifer says that is what Biggy has been doing for 5 years, that is part of his source of income. So, and she usually goes with him. And on this day, she and Biggy were supposed to go to the lounge to do what they normally do, to market the AirPods to young people. But they couldn't leave Ruth in the house, so they asked Ruth to follow them. Now, listen to this part of the story, because this is where things start to get complicated. In Jennifer's version, she and Biggy were going to go to the lounge to do what they normally do, but they did not want to leave Ruth behind. So they begged Ruth to join them so that she would not be bored at home. Not basically beg, but basically convinced her to join them. That Ruth said with her mouth that she wanted to stay back. And they begged her, and so she went with them. So when they were at the lounge, they were there for a long time. He has to meet people, talk with people. It's kind of like a business move in a way. It was around 10 p.m. that they eventually left that lounge. But on their way going back, Chinedu, that is Biggy, decides to take them to a joint so that they can get food. A specific place where they can get a very nice pepper soup. I think turkey pepper soup, according to her. So that was where they were when they made this video. So according to Jennifer, Biggy's pepper soup came first. While they were waiting for the other two pepper soup to come, she was dancing and Biggy was spraying her money, and we could see that in the video. The other girl, Ruth, is believed to be the one filming and recording. By the end of this dance thing, it started getting late. It was already getting to 12 midnight. And the pepper soup eventually came for the two girls, but they could not stay to eat it, so they had to pack it up and take it home. And that was when they started driving home. Like, it wasn't very far from their house. It's like 5 minutes drive, according to Jennifer. So when they get home, Biggy is the one driving in his Lexus. Jennifer comes down to open the gate. According to her, it's something she's been doing ever since she's been there with Biggy. Anytime they go out, she comes down to open the gate. So she comes down to open the gates. I'm not sure if she mentioned that there were 2 gates, but once she opened the gate and they drove in, out of nowhere, 2 men with guns told her to shh and told her to lie down on the floor. She sees a gun and she immediately lays down on the floor, panicking, wondering what this was about. The next thing she hears was a gunshot. She runs to the back where the neighbors had to call for help. And while she was there, the other girl, Ruth, runs towards her to tell her that they've shot Biggy, that they've killed Biggy Labish. He has been killed. He has been shot. The neighbors, they all run out. At this point, the story is unclear, but from what I understand, they come and they see that the thieves tried to steal the vehicle. They tried to run away with the vehicle, but the car fell into a gutter and got stuck in a gutter, so they abandoned it and ran away. So they meet Biggy's lifeless body. Jennifer claims she tells the neighbors to please help, let them take him to the hospital, but they say that they can't because he's most likely dead, that they will need a police report. And so she finds a bike and tries to locate a nearby police station, where she was delayed, and eventually the police officers listened to what she was saying, and then they took her in their van to Biggy's house to see the situation. On their way going to Biggy's house, they were already taking Biggy's body to the police, and it was Biggy's twin brother and a group of friends who had been called and told, and they had rushed to the scene and they were taking Biggy's body away. And that was when they took the body to the police station, asked the girls to write their statement and asked other people who were witnesses to write their statements. Now, Jennifer claims that by the time they were done from the police station, that the police were even the ones who declared him dead, which is ironic. This should have, I don't know why police are the ones declaring people dead. Okay, moving on. Then after the whole station situation, she was taken home by Biggy's family to pack her things and leave. Basically the next day, she claimed that Biggy's twin brother had locked the house and they did not let her in without supervision. And when they got there, the brother stood by and watched her pick her things, and then she left back to Delta State. Now, for the most part, this is where the story ends for Jennifer's point of view, except from what is being accused of afterwards. Now, Biggy's sister, Cookies Peters on Facebook, is coming out now to call Jennifer out. They didn't call her out after his death. They didn't call her out in October, November. In December, she's calling her out for few reasons, according to her. She says that the police have been trying to get her to come and help with the investigation, but she had refused. They invited her for his wakekeeping. She did not show up. They invited her for his funeral. She did not show up. The sister, Cookies Peters, is saying that when she started looking for the girl on social media, she found her social media and noticed that the girl who was supposed to be her brother's girlfriend never made any post about the brother. And she was confused as to why is this girl not posting about her boyfriend? That she's just posting a regular post as though nothing happened. And this is where Cookie Peters is like, this girl is suspicious. This girl, there's something wrong with this girl. You have not answered the police call. You switched off your phone. You didn't attend any of the funeral or wakekeeping situation. You didn't call. You didn't even make a post for your boyfriend, even though it's just 3 months. That was supposed to be your boyfriend, according to you. Now adding to the fact that, according to the sister, his gold wristwatch and some of his jewelries and power bank were stolen. And they believe it was Jennifer who had stolen them when she left. And when Cookie made this video on Facebook to call Jennifer out, that is when Jennifer started making videos about this situation. That is when she started posting about the boyfriend and started telling her side of the story. But here is a major contradiction in the story that I think I need answers to. Biggy Labich's sister claims that on the day that they went out, it was Jennifer who kept pressuring Biggy to take them out. In one of her videos, she said it was one of the girls' birthday. Mind you, there were only 2 girls there, according to Jennifer. She, Jennifer, and Ruth with Biggy. But Biggy's sister is making it look like one of the girls was doing a birthday and they're the ones telling Biggy, take us out now. It's my birthday, take me out now, take me out. Now, this is my problem. Jennifer never mentioned a birthday in her own side of the story. But in a post she made of Cookie Peters, that is Biggy's sister, talking about the birthday situation, she commented, she captioned it, that is Jennifer wrote, you see, Cookie is contradicting herself. In one video, she said it was one of the girls' birthday. Now, in another video, she's saying it's my birthday. Please, guys, it was not my birthday. It was the other girl's birthday. This is what Jennifer made on her post. So that means it was one of their birthdays. But she never mentioned it in her original narrative, in her story. So which means it's Ruth's birthday then. If there was a birthday on that day, then it gotta be Ruth's birthday. But when Jennifer was telling the story, she never pointed out that, hey, it's Ruth's birthday, which is ironic because she claimed that Ruth did not want to go out with them, that they had to tell her that she would be bored. So how does somebody who was willing to stay home get to now be the one to say, take us out now, Odogo, take us? Like, that part of the stories from both sides needs clarity. I don't get it. I would love Jennifer to even clarify, because she had a whole chance. She made a whole 4-part video and she didn't mention that it was one of their birthdays. That would have been helpful. And as regards the gold and the jewelry being stolen, Jennifer claims that the brother was there, that is Biggy's brother was there when she picked up all her things and left. So she didn't take anything. If she had taken something, they would have seen it. And frankly, I believe her. I agree on that part. So right now, as we are speaking, the last we heard of this story, Jennifer is looking for a lawyer to come to Lagos with so that she can clear her name. As at the time of making this video, she has not yet come to Lagos to answer to the police. And Cookie Peters is still calling her out, and they are both still telling contradictory stories. But this is the biggest part of this story that we will talk about. I'm sorry it's getting too long, but yeah, we would have to still talk about it. Why is nobody talking about the twin brother? And why is nobody talking about Ruth? You see, the disadvantage here that Jennifer is facing is the fact that she wasn't present to follow the story. Ruth, who lived in Lagos, had a more chance to fix her name and take any scent of her. Now everybody's going to look at Jennifer with one eye. Ruth was the one who suddenly came from nowhere with no prior discussion with Biggy. So she was supposed to come to see Biggy's twin brother, and all of a sudden you're in Biggy's house. And now, from Jennifer's narrative, Biggy's brother tells Biggy that, oh, I'm avoiding her, I'm avoiding her, I'm avoiding her. If my brother is avoiding a girl, why is the girl in my house? And which is also ironic, because when Biggy was shot, the brother appeared from nowhere to take the body to the mortuary and lock the house and lock everywhere. It's quite interesting to see. I don't know, that needs an explanation. Also, which family member is owing him money, and which family member called him to ask for 1 million naira and he refused? That is another question to ask. Another question to also ask, and I think this is the biggest of them all, is what does Biggy really do for a living? I'm sorry to say, from what we are hearing, he flashes some sort of lifestyle that selling iPods or AirPods or gadgets would not give you. I'm sorry, I don't know. He's the breadwinner of the family. So I don't know, and I don't believe that it's from selling or marketing AirPods that got him to rent that big house that they say he lives in. The sister said, my brother lives in a big house. So yeah, a big house, and the Lexus car that he had. So it's almost as though Biggy's source of money should also be put into consideration, because we've seen similar cases like this. If for some reason Biggy engaged in questionable ways in making money, let's assume, allegedly, quote unquote, this is just me saying out of my head, he was a Yahoo boy, this could be a case of the middleman, or the as a man situation. It could also be that. But another thing again about the killing was that they came to kill Biggy. They came to kill him. They shot him and then they left. They didn't steal anything. They didn't take his phone. They attempted to steal his car, but the car got stuck in a gutter. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Personally, I don't believe that's what happened, because Jennifer may not have seen it. I believe that when they shot him, or they asked him to come down, he had not parked the car yet, and the car went back and fell into a gutter. Because if there were thieves trying to steal that car, they would have been able to steal it very well and drive it out of there, unless the people did not know how to drive. So I don't believe they came to steal. Even if they wanted to steal the car and they failed in stealing the car, they would have stolen the girl's phone, the other girl's phone. They would have stolen more things. They would have gone into the house to steal more things if they did come to steal. If those armed robbers had come to steal, they would have actually succeeded in stealing something. And if they had come to kill, they would have most likely killed Biggy and the other two girls. But they only killed Biggy because that was what they came for. That was who they came for. From what I see, or from my observation of the story, Biggy was assassinated. Somebody wanted him out of the way. This is what it looks like. For somebody to just kill you, not steal anything, and kill just you in a mix of other people, it means somebody stands to gain from his absence. And who stands to gain from his absence? Who? That is how this investigation would go. Even if they want to say Jennifer did it or Ruth did it, what is the benefit? What is the motive? If Biggy is killed, who stands to gain the most? I know it's not Jennifer. That I'm very sure of. She's not a wife. She's not in the will. She's nobody. So it's not Jennifer. Is it Ruth? I don't know. If the twin brother is avoiding you and Biggy is tolerating you, I don't think it's Ruth that stands to gain. So who does? Who does stands to gain? The only people I see who stands to gain is his family. There, I said it. Those are the only people. He doesn't have a wife or children. So who stands to gain from his death? That is a question that will be asked if this is investigated. Who stands to gain the most? Right now, who is controlling his wealth? Who is having access to his bank account? I'm hearing that they're selling his car. Who is getting the money? That is one way to see it. Another way to also see it is that somebody monitored him, somebody followed him, somebody, watched him for a long time and tried. If somebody wants to rob you, they will rob you. How can you want to rob somebody and then you don't end up robbing the person and then you run away after killing the person? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So some people have this theory that they sent Ruth to monitor his movement and, and all of that. But, if that is the case, they would have come to steal something from the inside his house at least. But nothing was stolen. So this was not about stealing. This was about killing. They wanted to kill him. And it brings us back to who and why, and then again, who stands to gain if he's killed? Who does? Who stands to gain the most? A lot of people on Jennifer's page kept saying that she should have gone for the funeral, she did not show up, she messed up. You all shut up. Just shut up. There was no reason for her to go. She's not a wife. And she said that they invited her a day before it. And she was in Delta State, so she could not come overnight. So it's confusing. And for them to kick her out of the house the day of the killing was also suspicious. Like, you guys could not just kick her out. Like, she witnessed your brother get killed. Keep her there until she can say everything she needed to say. But you guys, the family of Biggy Labish were so quick to send her out. They were so quick to lock the door, lock the properties. It's giving Mobad. You guys could have kept her a bit to understand what really happened, but you guys just kicked her out. You sent her packing, and all of a sudden, the sister is claiming that she ran away when you guys were the one who kicked her out. And now you're claiming she ran away. How did she run away when you kicked her out? Like, girl, be for real. I see both sides of the story, but there are so many questions and so many potholes that need to be answered on both sides. And at the end of the day, no matter how the story is spinned, I don't see a world where Jennifer is guilty of killing this young man. What does she stand to gain? A power bank? No. And she lives in Delta State. So for her to hire assassins to do this, yeah, that is a stretch. If she lived in Lagos and had hands in Lagos, it would have made sense. And again, regarding her being the girlfriend, I don't know why people are expecting emotions from her. They were only dating for 3 months. And I'm sorry to say, Jennifer, I know you didn't kill him, but I know you didn't love him either. So we both know you were not in love with him. You were there for the money, and that was why you were there. And now you're in trouble. And get your lawyers and get somebody to come clear your name. I know you're innocent, but, let's not act it like you're the girlfriend. I don't know why people are expecting you to come to the funeral. Sorry to say, if she was there for 2 weeks, like she said, that is how hookup girls are. She was just a hookup girl. She was not a girlfriend. If she said she was there for 2 weeks, like she said, she was not a girlfriend. But if she was there for 3 months, like the sister said, then maybe that makes sense that she's a girlfriend. But she, with her mouth, said she was there for 2 weeks. So, and see the way they were spraying her money. It's giving hookup. It's giving money for hand, back for grand. So I don't know why you guys are expecting her to be a wife when she was just a girl that they met on WhatsApp 3 months before this incident. We will be following this story. We will be. So stay subscribed, stay following this page.